welcome everybody. Welcome to session 9 of Into the Maelstrom. Session 9, baby.
Yay!
We, last time, did the train heist. The heist was for Gukflip. They prevented Gukflip from being abducted by the Ariadani army, which illegally stopped the train to do so. It was sick, and it was high intensity, and it was awesome. And, unfortunately, Maude was so tuckered out by that experience that she's decided to sleep for all of today's session. Because Nilah, the player, could not join us today. So, you have just beat the Ariadani army, well, in this very small battle, and I don't mean beat the army, I mean beat the 5 people who happened to board the train. The whole army. The 5 of you, that's so impressive. And as the train chugs away from them, you walk from the little platform outside into the like train car. On the platform, you see the dead body of Plonk. He has failed his saving throws in between the sessions. That's on the small caboose platform. Sorry, Plonk. In the car, you'll see the unconscious bodies of the commander and of the soldier Mac. And then you also see the dead bodies of soldiers Barkus and Bongle, who have failed their destinies. So
the ones
2 unconscious
that didn't
bodies
have proper names are now no longer alive.
Yeah. And the funny thing is that I did roll the dice, like honestly, with each of them in mind, and Barkus and Bongle were the ones who died. And I just think that's really funny. Okay, and then I will say, reminder that I have been using these names to refer to them in meta, and you may or not know their actual, not know their actual names, obviously. And also, reminder, if they do become conscious, they'll be very weak, i.e. like 1 hit point, as we all understand the rules of Dungeons & Dragons. As I said last time, you have about 30-minute train ride until arrival at Yiomemelia, which you understand at this time to be under active siege by the Ariadani army, the army that, in part, perhaps or perhaps not, in part, you just passed. You do not know the true size of the Ariadani army. How do we proceed?
So the train is going again, correct?
It is going. There is a guy driving it.
The conductor got her fired up.
Yeah.
I actually did.
Oh, it was you?
Yeah, it was actually
Nice.
the man who got it fired
Never
up.
mind. Good job. Proud of you.
You're chugging along.
We should collect the soldiers that are still on the train into one car to deal with them.
Yeah.
That was quite the experience.
You're telling me! Gukflip stumbles across the car to the bar and grabs the bottle of tadpole alcohol and takes a swig. Not pour a glass, just a swig right from the bottle.
Nice.
Just one.
Can you roll like a con save?
A con save?
Yeah.
You are little.
12.
Okay, you're fine. You don't pass out via 1 swig of the booze.
Gukflip would.
You're just that exhausted, imagine.
Alright, so I assume the rest of us then body drag.
Yeah, body dragging into just in that same car, like the luxury car that they're all in, or do you want to bring them into?
Nah, let's bring them into the other one.
Yeah, not our car.
Yeah. So okay, we dragged all the bodies into the dead ones too, or like
Yes.
Yeah, we're cleaning up.
drag the deads and the unconsciouses into car 2. They are now there.
We disarm them.
Great, good job.
Put
Very good
their
idea.
things.
Do we?
Just like take swords and shit and other weapons that they could use to defend themselves and hurt us.
Are you
And put them
are
on
you,
the
like,
other side of the
searching
room.
them?
Yes.
Are you? Yeah, okay. So on each of the soldiers, that's 4. There are like lesser health potions. So now you have 4 lesser health potions.
Hot
Actually,
dog.
on Plonk too. So you actually have 5. And then on Commander, who I called Gronk last time. So Commander Gronk, he actually has 45 gold pieces, 7 silver pieces in a coin purse. You take his broadsword, which is this big old beautiful steel sword with like blue and green gems in it in the hilt. And then he actually has a small parchment tied like by a cord.
Yeah, take that and look at it.
Yeah.
Because it's not
You wanna
sealed
look at it?
with wax.
No, it's not. No, it's not. What you see when you untie it is a family photo. In the photo is 2 young elven girls and a young elven boy, with a woman smiling genteelly behind them. He also has a greater health potion on him as well. Just as a,
Okay.
did I say that? I can't remember.
You said everyone had lesser.
Ariadani, you were the one who looked at this. Yeah, everybody had lesser, and then he had a greater, because he
Cool.
was the commander.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Ariadani, you're the one who looked at this, yes?
Yep. So it's just like a
You
family
recognize
photo?
one-
Is there words on it?
Yep. Nope. You recognize one of the girls, however, as a young Exilia Harriet.
Whoa.
Wait.
This photo is at least 10 years old by your judgment of her age.
For the people in the back who don't remember who that is.
guys
You
don't
wouldn't
know.
know.
Yeah, I was like,
So-
I don't think
Okay.
that name's relevant.
have
to
no
any
idea.
of
Sure.
us.
Just
You guys
making
don't know
sure.
who that is.
Just making
Don't
sure.
know who that is? She knows who it is.
No,
Word.
Ariadani, when she sees the photo, like scans it, whatever, when she sees Exilia, recognition on the face.
Yeah.
Otherwise... So
Visible recognition from the gang.
So hold on. The guy took it off of his
Mm-hmm.
unconscious?
Yep, unconscious, not
Okay.
dead.
Good. Because I don't want to deal with the diplomacy of that bullshit. So it's the guy. This is the guy in the photo? We're right at the
There is
start.
no man in the
This is...
photo.
You get choppy until we get warmed up.
There is no man in the photo. It is just 2 young elven girls, one of which who you recognize as Exilia Harriet, a young elven boy, and a woman, an older elven woman.
The younger elven boy looks like the boy that I saw that boarded? The
No.
train? No? Okay.
Nope.
So...
You may have seen his family before. This family before.
And then, so, Exilia, and then another... Sorry, my brain is...
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you their names if you think you would know them.
And then one other feminine person I don't recognize. And then a little boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I have that written down.
The two siblings who you see as who are not Exilia are like equal in age. Or like look really similar in age.
So it's woman, Exilia,
Woman?
twins.
Exilia twins.
Do they look like the guy? Like the guy?
The young boy does.
I'm asking if I would be like, is this just a photo he has on him of his kids?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
You see this as a family photo,
Ah.
so you're like, and he's not in it, and so you can deduce information from that as you will. The young boy kind of looks like him. You know?
So this is the commander? Question mark.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna put the photo. If there's no writing on it, I'm just gonna put it back on his person. But keep the information that I got from it in my head.
Yeah. Keep that info locked
I
in.
also don't want to be walking around with a family photo of high elves on me, especially these ones.
Yeah, that's... yeah. Maybe not a good idea.
No. You see her poring over the photo a little bit, like trying to figure it out, and then makes the 2 and 2, and then puts the photo back. That's what Ariadani does. Then continues to move all of the weapons to the other side of the car.
Great. As Ariadani, I think, is parsing out this photo, what are you guys doing?
I guess tidying these bodies. Elmmibena's gonna go up to Martyr and be like, "Hey, are you okay?"
Well, that was a lot, wasn't it? I'm okay. She's lying. Are you?
I'm okay. You don't seem super okay though.
That was just a lot. That was just a lot. I'm okay. I'm fine. Everyone good, right? She's like looking around, kind of like she was kind of standing there, like a little bit like dead-eyed, processing. So now she's just kind of looking around, making sure everyone's like not dead.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, I'm fine. Everyone seems okay, so we're good.
Okay.
Gukflip's drinking. I feel like, so maybe he doesn't look awesome. I don't know, you can decide how good he looks, but he did just go through a lot.
Physically, Gukflip's definitely looked better, but like, he's not that bad. Mentally, however, Gukflip's a little stressed, and, would love a little lay down.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, not a luxury
I
that
know.
we can afford.
Well,
Normally, where you would expect an announcement that you're arriving at Yiomemelia, the train conductor has not made that announcement. You can imagine maybe why he would be preoccupied and not thinking about it. But you kind of estimate you're about 10 minutes away. You have a sixth sense that maybe you're about 10 minutes away.
Awesome. Should we get off this train before we arrive in the city?
Depends on how far from the city you think we should get off. What is the density of soldiers around us now that we've gotten out of the crowd?
At this moment, none. There's none. You've gone far enough away from them now. You have abandoned that group, that very large group of soldiers, back at the train.
Okay,
Back there. Yes.
All I know is the city is under siege and they're actively looking for Gukflip.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, I also don't think it's gonna look frozen with the bodies tied up. Maybe you should go beforehand.
great point.
Is there a way to get to the port? That's where we're going, right? Port, then?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you know from being here previously, the port is actually totally accessible, totally accessible, as it's about an hour, walk, meandering distance, from the main city, because actually Yiomemelia is not right on the coast, so you gotta walk a little bit of ways to get there, so you actually don't need to go into the city walls at all, to get in there, and you know that from when you were there last.
We should not do that then.
So we should get
What
to...
do you
We
mean?
don't have to. If we don't have to go in the city walls, we should
oh,
not do
okay.
that.
So, yeah, okay.
So we should get off
Sure. Okay.
a bit before and make our way around.
Sick. Do you go talk to the guy at the front?
Yes.
Tell him to stop?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna
Um,
make
You're already
my
homies
way.
with them. You go.
Yeah,
do that.
I'm gonna make my
Okay.
way through the train, I guess.
You did bar one door.
That was that not the one
We can
between-
access it, yeah. I take my shorts, my
Yeah,
my
that-
long sword
between
away.
our
Whatever.
car and the...
Oh, okay. I thought you
We've
barred the
unbarred.
door between the first and the second. But
No.
this might be my memory.
Oh,
It was
yes.
on
Okay,
our
then-
side.
Yeah, it was
anyway.
on
yeah,
our side.
Yeah. But it
Between
yeah.
first and
Okay,
second, yes.
Then never mind. You head to the front, you tell him to stop.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome. We're not going to roleplay that conversation. We're just going to carry that on. And you guys in the other car slowly start to feel the train slow down. And Elmmibena returns. Obviously communicate. The guy is slowing down. And this train will soon come to a complete stop within probably a minute.
Alright, let's go. How many of their weapons do you want to steal? I asked the party.
Is there anything good?
That's a great question.
The only thing that maybe is worth something to you would be Commander Gronk's sword. However, there's something with the sword that seems recognizable, so to be seen with it, you accept that risk. You're like, okay,
Can I pry the gems out of it?
I guess. If you want to be here for a while.
For a while, I have tools.
My 10 minutes.
Is there a way to destroy it so he can't use it?
Sword?
Yes. Disembodied voice.
We could talk.
The sword? God asks for clarification. Sorry, you talk.
Oh,
We could toss it out the train while we're still moving.
they could still find it.
Slow down.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if we render their weapons unusable, it'd be the same as stealing it without incriminating us. And also crippling them.
Anyone have magic that could do that?
I have Produce Flame, but that's a cantrip, so I'm gonna not push my luck.
Sorry, what exactly were you looking for again? I don't understand what magic.
We're trying to break the sword.
Oh, break the sword?
Yeah.
Just to-
why
Oh,
don't
yeah,
Elmmibena
just to
doesn't
render
know
it
magic.
not
Oh,
useful.
render it not used.
why don't we try to just break it in half?
It's true. Could just
You
do that.
You want to snap a sword?
Give me
We
a minute,
could
let me
try.
We do have a train.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, surely there's a way.
Well, we could throw all the swords in the engine
That would
Like-
melt
and then
them.
have the conductor go.
Mm. Might muck up
Within
the
the
train.
engine?
But...
Yes.
Or at least use the heat from the steam engine.
Yeah, is it a steam engine train where you
It is
toss
a
the
steam
shovel the
engine.
coal into the
It
thing?
is a steam engine.
Yeah, let's
That's what
throw
I
it
was
in
thinking
there.
we could do that.
Where they put the coal.
Yeah, we could at least...
Let them melt.
Might ruin the train, but we're done with it, so...
Exactly.
I think the conductor is too.
Real.
Conductor can also stop us. Fun fact. There are ways that we
Yeah,
can
it
use the
feels
steam
like
engine
it.
and not fuck the train.
I could cast reduce on it and make it small.
Would that last forever?
It only lasts a minute.
Oh.
But we could make it small and then put it on the track.
And then break it.
If you want me to freeze them and then we can just shatter them that way.
Yeah, I also have acid arrow and ice knife. I
Why
do
don't-
damage.
I think the freezing may help.
Make sure it's damage, not necrotic damage. Hold on one
Did
second.
did we give up on the engine idea?
Yeah, I'm
Never mind, it's
still
product
put it
damage.
in the engine. In fact, I can't contribute, but I have an idea.
We go and consult with the conductor.
Okay.
Hey, conductor. Hey, we want to render this sword useless.
This man, by the way, is sitting on the floor, and the conductor's in the main. I don't know what that fucking thing is called. What's the driving?
The cockpit.
The cockpit. No,
The
but he's
boiler.
sitting in the room with the
Boiler room, I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, engine room.
Engine
Sure.
car.
He's sitting in the
Boiler
engine car
car.
on the ground, just rocking back and forth.
Hey, we've got this sword that we want to render useless.
We have a
and
few swords, actually.
We have a few swords we want to render useless before we leave. We were wondering if there was a way perhaps we could use the train to break them, either run them over or toss them in the fire, or I don't know, whatever you think's best.
I mean, it might get hot. What else can you do?
We can also make it cold. We can also make them small.
Oh,
Or big.
is this too? Am I allowed to give you this? Can I do? As a DM?
You're the DM.
I
It's
know,
your choice,
I
baby.
get to choose. I'm going to. Oh, you could you could shrink it down and then melt it in the engine bit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Let's do that, guys.
Alright, how do you...
Martyr's gonna look at him and be like, "Do you want a hug?"
I think that if you touch me right now, I would have a panic attack.
Okay.
But thanks for the offer.
Okay.
He just gently sobs in the corner. Don't worry about him.
Alright, I guess we're gonna shrink them
He's
down.
had a hard day.
Once. I can only do it on one of the swords, because actually, wait.
If you shrink someone that has them all on them at once, all their gear shrinks. That's the meta way to do it.
No, you're actually so right. Because I only have 1 second level spell slot remaining, and I actually can't upcast that spell, so...
So who's shrinking?
Who wants to get shrunk? You volunteer?
I want to be small. I want to be tiny. Mario kind of... you have to tell my needs what to do and be like, okay.
Communicate outside of meta to your characters, please.
Yeah.
If you've only got one
Please.
shot,
Gukflip, sure.
Heavy
have
meta
someone-
gaming, right?
Like,
hold them all.
One of you needs to hold them all.
Oh, okay. I can do that.
Perfect.
And then we hand you the, like, pile of swords.
you've got 6 swords in your hand. Roll a strength check.
Okay, 17.
That's great. You can hold them all.
Oh, I have a -2. I'm saying.
Roll.
Gukflip casts Reduce on Martyr. Martyr's size is halved in all dimensions, and your weight is reduced to 1/8 of your normal weight.
Holy shit.
And everything you're holding and all your equipment shrinks to match that size.
Martyr's now like Oompa Loompa size.
You went from medium to small size in game.
Now it's Ariadani and the Munchkins.
Because you're a willing target, you didn't have to make a save or anything.
This episode is absolutely going to be called Ariadani and the Munchkins.
Great.
Good.
Wait, how tall is Martyr if you have it?
10? Closer to 2 foot 10,
Wait.
but like under 3
2
feet.
foot to know.
Sure.
One looks up at
Wow.
swords.
Little.
Holding the shrunken sword.
Grab the swords
Who are
and
now way lighter, by the way.
toss them in the soup.
Yep, top into the two.
Yeah, we put them.
So how long does this last?
Only a minute.
Great.
I mean, I can choose to stop the spell early, but I want to make sure the swords have enough time to melt down while they're still small.
Yeah, sure you do.
Martyr's shorter than you now!
And Gukflip is loving it, baby. That's why I'm keeping the spell up the whole minute.
Elmmibena is giving you that, like, shit-eating, like, younger sibling smile, being like, ha, I'm taller than you.
Wipe that shit off your face, Elmmibena. That was last minute.
I think we should use the heat from the thing to. Just don't throw them in because it will muck up the. This seems like it could muck up the train.
Too late, we already threw them in.
All the way in? Or I thought we were just using the heat
Yeah,
to
they're
melt them.
in.
They're in.
All right.
No, they're in.
They're in there.
You have now stopped. You've got the boys tied up.
Are they tied up? Did we tie them up?
Two people casually mentioned they tied them up, so I think we're just operating off the assumption that, yeah, they were tied up.
Okay.
Except for the dead ones. I'm assuming you're not wasting rope on the dead ones.
That's 50 feet of rope is fine. And also, this is a train.
Yeah.
There has to be rope on the train.
There is rope on the train.
We use the
somewhere.
rope. We use train rope.
Train rope. So you gathered them up. I would say that it's probably been about 45 minutes since the battle ended. The unconscious ones may wake up in 15 minutes-ish. And I mean may. Like, we'll roll for it.
That's
I don't
when
know.
we kick their teeth in to keep them asleep.
Exactly. And yeah. So you can kind of organize yourself a little bit. And what are you doing next?
Well, I suppose we are getting off. Yeah.
We should
Yeah, I
get
think
out
we
of
get the
here.
fuck out of here.
I think it's probably I again can't remember what time it was last session, so I'm gonna say it's getting closer to night now. It's about nighttime. You're gathering kind of stuff.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Going under the blanket of nightfall will definitely help.
I will say, if you take a look at the map, you'll see this, but you are in, like, a wooded area. Like, you've been heading just around the bend of a, like, small pond, small, like, lake-ish. One you actually may have gone to before. It might be the lake that we had that fun little moment where
I think it is, yeah.
where you wanted to stop and, like, fish, and then
okay.
we saw Ariadani's titties or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it is.
So you're probably, like, I would say that you're probably, like, a few paces, like, paces as in, like, I don't know, a few kilometers.
Leagues.
A few leagues away from that. However, that's more open. So, and then on the other side of you is probably about like a forest, just like a regular old Kiyomori forest. Yes.
Yeah, we definitely stopped at that lake before.
So you're like there. You're like on that lake edge to the forest edge. Pretty surrounded by forests when you jump off the train, which I assume we're doing. Is there anything else anybody wants to do on the train? Great. So we've jumped off the train now. You've abandoned the conductor to his panic attack.
Yeah.
And
let's say we brought some, like, I don't know, means, like, food, water, shit to the front, so he can just like, here, have a snack while you're panicking. Bye. I know water helps panic attacks.
We also probably put some of it in our own bags. Too.
Where was the food?
Yeah, I was like, I
were
don't
you
know.
guys talking about? There was no food on the train.
Oh, that's the
It
luxury
was just
car.
alcohol.
Oh, well.
So you can give him one of
Bring
your
the bottle of
rations
whiskey.
that we
Yeah, I'll
have
bring the
for-
bottle of whiskey. Then. Yeah, absolutely.
If you want.
I got the.
I think we prepared
what's
for,
left
I think
of
we
it.
prepared. Everybody has like 3 days worth of rations at this exact time.
Okay.
Sure.
Given,
Yeah.
I think Ariadani made sure, or Harley as a player made sure that Ariadani picked rations for you guys. So you can give him one of those rations if you want, or you can just be like, here's some water and fuck off.
Ariadani will give one of hers, just whatever.
Oh, that's nice.
Mainly because no one else did. It's like, we're gonna have to. Here you go. Let's go.
He's like,
Because we want to be on the conductor's good side. Because if this train gets back up again, there we go. So that's why Ariadani does it.
and he will, upon his arrival in Elmmibena, like, there's people that are gonna talk to him.
Conductor will remember that.
Oh, not the until dawn
Get this
shit.
little butterfly next to it.
Does he have a name other than conductor?
Not that you know.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to continue being a conductor.
He's gonna find a new line of work.
Great. So you are now in the forest next to the train tracks,
Cool.
and it's falling.
Which way to the port?
I assume it's in the way that the train was headed. So
Sounds
with
right
a
to me.
curve, but with a curve.
Yeah, we
Where's-
probably shouldn't follow the tracks.
Yeah,
No.
absolutely not.
Should we roll for like survival or something?
Roll for cartography.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask, do you guys want to be like? Are you going to stop here and have a rest in the night? Because it's falling upon nighttime now, or are you moving under the cover of night?
I think we should move under the cover of night, at least for a little bit, until we're like deeper into the woods.
Okay. So I guess then I will say, everybody roll a survival check.
17.
Oh my god.
Dirty 20.
I don't know. I rolled a 2, and my plus is probably not going to do anything.
Blame it on the dice.
Well, okay. Everybody else got a great roll, so I guess Ariadani is probably just thinking about that photograph or
Yep.
something. I don't know. Just not concerned with where she's going. But Elmmibena, Martyr, and Gukflip, and Maude's also following. Maude's hanging out. Maude's following.
We're dragging Maude on
No,
a sling.
Exactly.
She
You
found
put
the
Maude in a
whiskey.
little like a wheelbarrow of her own design. Somehow,
Maud
like, you
is
know,
a
put wheels on that.
kid on a leash. We
She's
have
in
leash
like a
kid.
baby
Yeah.
pram.
Yeah, exactly. She's in a baby pram. You guys are pushing her along. You know exactly where you're going. Dirt with a dirty 20. And Martyr, did you get 24? Was that what I saw?
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have I built an identity for survivors for next to the patrons. I didn't realize I had that, so it rolled twice when I hit it. This one was not good, but then it rolled twice when I hit it once. So I got a natural 20 for one, and the other one I got a 2.
I'm gonna give it to you.
Okay.
Because actually I do feel like you would have a little bit of advantage on this in surviving in the darkness.
So I got a 6
so
and a
I'll give it to you.
24. So it's up to you to pick which
Yeah,
one
no.
you
I'll give the 24 to you, I will. You guys know exactly where you're going. But even if you didn't have that, Martyr, these two know exactly where they're going. Especially Gukflip, somehow.
We
I
came
only
through
rolled a
here.
12.
I've probably been to Iskanor before.
He also seems like he knows maps.
You're in
Sorry.
Yiomemelia.
Sorry, Yiomemelia NORAD.
Yeah,
I just read the whiskey in the the chat again, so that's why.
He also seems like a man who can map well. Good with
Yeah.
maps.
Gukflip,
That makes a lot
I
of
feel like
sense.
had a moment where he was like,
Oh,
you
for
like
sure.
maps. Fuck.
For sure, he did.
Also, he probably is like more privileged in education than the rest of you, so he probably was taught how to read maps better than the rest of you. Just saying. Anyway.
Education.
Education. What's that? I don't know what that is. You would have had a childhood education. You would have like read stories in the library and shit. It's just probably when you reached like 13, 12, they were like, you can figure it out. It's hands-on learning and diacetyric here. Sorry. So, I'll say you walk for probably 3 or 4 hours. You've walked quite a bit. You know you've passed the city at this point. Let's say it's like, whatever, like it's like 5 a.m., like 500 hours, 600 hours. You still got about 4 hours left of morning. Again, that math does not make sense if you're thinking about what we've just done. I don't care. Okay? It's like, it's early morning.
Want to take a long rest
Yes.
Early
before we
morning.
go into the
You
port.
recognize that you're probably about an hour's walk away from the tree line and therefore the coastline and therefore the port.
I think we should make it to the port and then settle down. I understand that we're all tired, but we're close enough.
Would we know if it's a port town or kind of just a port?
It's just a port. This is a transitionary space. The only people here, there's gonna be like a few buildings for people who manage the port and work the port, like royally. And potentially you understand that like a siege from the main city would probably also post soldiers here. So I mean, like,
Is there an inn, basically? Is
No,
my
absolutely.
question.
no,
Okay.
you'd have to get to the main city.
Do you... Martyr will kind of pipe up and be like, do we still in the open in the port? Or smarter to settle for the night under the
I
guise of
suppose we could do
trees?
that.
Well, it's about to be day.
4 hours.
We'll set up watches.
4 hours before it's daytime? Or...
Like before the sun kind of rises.
oh, okay. You said 4 hours left of morning.
I meant like left of like. I guess I meant left of like night morning, like AM
Okay.
pre-sunlight.
You said left of morning.
You're right. That was incorrect on my end.
We'll set up watches and take a rest before we head to the port.
Works for me. I am hooked.
Okay, so you're about an hour from the coastline. Are you guys moving closer to there, or are you staying about here?
Just a
That sounds good.
thick of trees.
Thick of trees.
Sure.
3 C's.
That's what my brain
Great.
said.
Great. That's amazing. We set up camp.
Yep.
Amazing. We eat something.
Ah.
Rations, whatever. And you eat. And ne'er a bump in the night.
Long rest?
Yeah, long rest.
Woo!
You wake up to sun shining through the trees.
Yippee!
It's an oddly idyllic morning for what you have gone through today. And I assume you guys pack up.
Mhm.
And you're looking to keep moving on. Do we have any conversation or any recapping that anybody would like to do?
Question, what time is it?
It is probably... The sun rose probably an hour or two ago. We're
Cool.
looking at mid-morning.
Okay.
Alright, we should move quietly and scope it out first. Do we really think they've posted? I suppose they would have.
Well, yes. Access in and out is probably restricted.
Busy with the city.
I don't know why they wouldn't have.
Mm.
So they probably should still
Alright.
do that.
If we have to steal a boat, we have
Is
to steal-
Gukflip
Be as careful
going to
possible.
be
Yeah.
recognizable? Do they know what he looks like?
Could rough him up a bit, put him in different clothes.
I could dress him up.
Should we disguise him?
I have disguise self.
Oh.
We don't need to rough me up.
I
No,
said
if
dress you up, not rough you up.
Oh no, I said rough.
Somebody said rough me up.
Oh.
I said rough because if he has an unrecognizable face, don't know who it is. We could say he's
I was
anyone.
really looking forward to putting Gukflip in a dress and punching him and getting him right back. So, like, you know.
I was gonna Harry Potter that motherfucker.
That's so emasculating. That's so emasculating. You put Gukflip in a dress and you fucking beat the shit out of him just so he can like doesn't look like himself.
Yep.
That is so funny.
I was
Or we could just like Peter
gonna
Mellark
put,
it
like,
and use mud or something to like paint his face.
I was thinking Harry Potter from the Deathly Hallows, where they're like, "Who is this person?"
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. It's all puffy.
I
and
was
shit.
Like
just
a,
gonna-
but that's like a magical like
Still hurt.
Yeah, like a
I think.
like inflammation. Like
I think it still hurt. I think you felt pain.
no, it absolutely did. I think that
Yeah.
it was.
I was just gonna suggest like a veil or
Okay,
something.
anyway. Gukflip, can you just I assume you cast disguise. Just
How long does that?
It lasts for an hour.
Okay,
So let's
we'll save that until we
be
get
yeah,
closer.
let's be strategic about it. I do have I can cast it on myself 4 times between now and next time we go to bed. So
All right. Well, as
Sick.
soon as we see soldiers, cast it.
word.
all right. So you're walking along.
I
think-
also think we should hide our rings.
It's like deep in my bag anyway.
Just thought I'd mention it, so the DM can't be like, "What's that on your finger?" Stab, stab.
Shucks! They've thought of everything.
Elmmibena whips out her sunglasses and puts them on.
Sunglasses.
Fucking aviators.
Describe your sun. No, I need everybody. To
So
describe the
I
sunglasses.
have been, well, on our 2 train rides, I've been tinkering around with my little rocks.
Martyr will be like, "Oh, that's cool. Did you just make them?
Thank you. I did.
Do they like shield your eyes from the sun?"
They do.
Ooh.
What the fuck did
They're
you
made of
post them?
smoky quartz.
That's dope
why
as
she got-
hell.
That's why she
Where did
got-
you post them? Oh,
That's why
It's
she
like-
got
I don't know
smoky
why it
quartz
took
from
so
Home
long for it to
Depot.
open.
For the
They're
audio people.
those that I just sent are actually like ancient Chinese sunglasses. So mine are modeled after that.
That's fun.
Those are so cute.
So now I'm wearing my sunnies.
Sunnies.
What does Gukflip disguise himself as?
About when you're okay, let's like say you've walked for about half an hour, 45 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and you're coming up upon like you could probably see like within a kilometer, a mile for our non-kilometer listeners.
They're
A
not
mile,
They're
equal.
not equivalent.
a mile
like,
is
at
about
all.
2.6
Yeah,
kilometers.
I'm aware. I'm aware. It doesn't matter.
That's fair.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So, when you come upon the clearing, you're noticing that there are patrols of groups of 4 guards walking along the edge of the trees. They're looking into the trees and they're making sure obviously nobody's getting through the lines without being checked. So that's what you've got. You can see them kind of patrolling the port. You can't quite see the port yet because obviously you're a ways away still, but that's something to consider.
Shit.
And I imagine this is when Gukflip would.
Yes. I suppose that Gukflip would probably just disguise himself as... Gukflip understands how the spell works. And the spell works that if I can't change my body type or height too much, I can a little bit, but not too much. But the thing is, if I made myself shorter, or if I gave myself a hat, if somebody went to touch that hat or whatever, their hand would either phase through it because it doesn't actually exist, or if I made myself shorter, they'd bonk into my forehead, even though it doesn't look like there's anything there.
I think.
So Gukflip wants. Yes.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
because you wear the clothing you wear is indicative of your status? ?
Yes.
So in that case, could we actually dress you, not like put you in dresses, but like change what you're wearing so it looks different, and it used the disguise self to change your facial features so you don't look like a thorn.
This is true. My clothes aren't too large or anything like that, or like shape-wise, like too crazy. So I was thinking of just like similarly, like just a different gnome in common clothes.
Yeah,
was what I was thinking.
Because you can change your clothes with disguise self.
Yes, yeah, you can.
Okay.
So describe yourself.
Gukflip casts the spell on himself. Gives a little hand jive, says some shit.
Can you do the hand jive? Gukflip does the hand jive.
Gukflip does the hand jive. And you see his form shift into what looks not too far off of what he commonly does, certainly height and shape-wise. But his facial structure has changed greatly, and does not resemble at all the Gukflip you knew. Still a gnome, and his skin color has also shifted slightly to less gray, a bit more pale. And his clothes look that of just a more common gnome that you might see around town. Nothing too special, nothing too fancy going on. No rings, no anything like that.
So can we see the water yet? Or are we just seeing people and no port?
No. What you're seeing through the tree line is like sort of like a packed dirt beach.
Mm.
This isn't like a beach, like sandy beaches, but like, and I think that you can hear the like crashing of boats against a dock, kind of, but you're still like along that tree edge. You can see water kind of through the trees, like you're looking, but I think you're still far enough away from that like boat edge of the water that you're just noticing the patrols of people who are circling. Probably at every 15-minute interval, a group passes the tree edge. They're not like noticing you. You're far enough away that obviously I assume you guys haven't gone close enough that you're like noticeable. I will get you to roll a stealth check if you are going closer. But yeah, right now that's what you got.
All right. The question now is, are we going there and procuring a boat, or are we going there and hijacking one? Depends on how much control I think they have on the port.
We certainly have the money to procure a boat if we must.
Anyone know how to sail? I certainly don't.
Nope. I've read books, baby. Can I roll a history check to see if I've read enough books?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's see if there's we'll see based on the dice roll whether or not there's a book on sailing in Diosodagarian libraries.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Yeah, sure.
This feels like the equivalent.
I'm saying though this is saying that you have read books about it.
Yeah.
You understand conceptually
this feels
how
like
one would do it.
This feels like the equivalent of I played Mario Kart. I can totally drive a car.
Yeah.
Like that's what this is what it's gonna feel like.
Martyr kind of like thinks like they're thinking, and he's like, I read a book on sailing once, and I remember every word. I've never sailed. Sure, try.
All right. So, how far do the patrols start from the port? How far from the port do they start?
So if you like imagine, like what do you mean start?
The radius, like from port to people, the distance between there to see, like if they're patrolling crazy out there, that means they're like really here. But if it's like a bit away, it's like okay, you've just thrown some guys over there to keep the port while you do other things.
50 feet.
50? Okay. So yeah, we're fine. Phew. That's good to hear. Thank you, God. I think we could find a local who owns a boat to take us over.
Hopefully.
So, describe to me what the group is doing right now. Are we walking up to the tree edge to try and break through it? Sneakily.
How far away
then getting to the...
How far away from the path are we? Like a pathway to here? How far away from that are we?
Yeah, the main entry.
Yeah, so you'll see a path, probably... Oh, not too far away from you guys. I would say you're probably 90, 100 feet. Through the trees, you could see there's a break and there's a path that would be the normal path that somebody would take.
Yeah.
With carts and whatever, to get to the port.
So what if we... Not necessarily refugee this, but decided this is a character. We'd not necessarily look like refugees, but just look like a party that has nothing to do with everything going on trying to get through. Wouldn't matter to the guards to pay us any mind.
True.
Would it be normal for normal parties to just come in through the trees?
That's why we're going to walk from to the path.
Oh, we were camping.
It's an extra 100 feet. But...
Oh, there's a...
Yeah, that's what I was describing.
Oh, okay.
Path,
I thought, there's a path, past the guards that we have to, get to.
No.
No, there's a proper entrance
okay.
into this port
Then we'll
town.
do that.
There is the potential, again, we will base this on a stealth check. There's a potential that they see you break out of the trees onto the path.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you backtrack a ways to far enough away that they don't see you. But that's probably, again, this is pretty, it's not that curvy of a path. You're probably going to have to backtrack, half an hour, and do we have time to, discuss this guy's some.
Elmmibena, do you think you could be, finishing up putting the tent away as we walk onto the path? Just in case?
Yeah. Absolutely.
That way, there's no suspicion at all.
That you were just camping in the forest?
Yeah. We're travelers.
Suspicious.
We would not we would not camp on the path. We would camp in the trees. And then go back onto the path. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely logic that maybe that would happen during a wartime active siege, but that's, whatever. Yeah, so we're gonna walk on the main path?
Yeah.
You're gonna okay, everybody roll stealth check, please.
Dirty 20.
14.
20.
Nat 20, bestie.
Alright, so I got a nat 20, I got a dirty 20, I got a
14.
14. That's not horrible. The 10 and the 14 are not compared to the 20s, but such as such. Stepping out of the onto the path, I think that with the 10 and the 14, specifically the 10, the guards do notice you. They see you coming out. But with those numbers, again, with the dirty 20 and the nat 20, I'm going to let them kind of bleed over a little bit. They notice you, they see you, but they're alright, they might have just been traveling off the path. That's fair enough. Especially with the added, tent detail, I'll give that to you for being a little bit clever. They're oh, they were just whatever. And so those guards are going to continue to patrol as they were. You now notice that you're looking at the port through this sort of clearing, right? You're about, I would say, you are now only, I'd give it 100 feet from the port itself. And a few docks, right? This is a port that's probably 5 docks kind of lined up and twisting in the, there's square twists. You got a few boats next to them. It's not super put together. It's not a grandiose port, but it's, functional. And it can hold pretty massive boats. You are not seeing any giant boats. You're seeing a few sailboats. You're seeing a few that are definitely transport boats that go between here and on the island. And one that is clearly loading up a bunch of cargo ship on the far rightmost side of the port. What you are seeing also, in addition to these patrolling guards, you see there's 4 groups of patrolling guards that are walking within a 15-minute kind of separation from each other. There is at least 8 different guards posted around the port who are monitoring who is they're asking questions, they're getting checks, they're getting identification. they are people are walking in and on the boat. They're talking to those people. They're making sure they're seeing who is leaving and who is not, and they're like entirely checking and making sure that everybody who comes and goes is documented for. These are the ones who are going to be looking for you when you walk closer to the port. Obviously, I assume after coming out of the forest, you don't just meander there. You start walking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Upon coming closer to the port, you are going to be noticed by a small, like, shorter elven guy. He is wearing Esserini colors. He doesn't look particularly strong like a soldier, which there are, like, again, he's one of the 8 people standing around. Most of them are soldiers, but again, he is just like a guy. He's holding a book. He's like, state your business, please.
Which
The group is yes.
Sorry?
The group is yes.
Yes, sorry. We're just looking to pass through the port. We were directed here after... We're just travelers trying to get through.
Use an odd bunch.
We get that a lot.
How did 2 tieflings, a dwarf and a gnome and a turtle, which I haven't seen one of those in my entire life, how did this group get together? Because you clearly weren't...
College.
Oh, did you go to, Did you go to Denville?
Is that the one that Gukflip goes to?
That's great. I did a degree in history. What'd you guys do?
History.
History? That's incredible. What'd you study?
In history?
Yeah? What was your focus?
I studied historical fashion.
Oh, very cool.
Mm.
He doesn't respect that.
I studied war history.
Wow. Which war?
All of them.
This is me. Yeah, this is me not trying to say all of them, because Gukflip would have an actual answer.
I specialized in diplomatic relationships.
Gukflip would have an answer.
The War of ADWP mostly.
Is that what it's called?
Why do you sound like you smoke? Whatever.
He's changing his voice
WCW.
too, so he doesn't
Wow, that's very interesting.
get hurt.
And I get distracted. Where are you looking to go?
We're trying to head to the closest port on the other island.
Unfortunately, I can't allow you to do that. We're not accepting any sort of transportation between the mainland and the island at this exact moment. But give it a few months, the war might end, and then you can you head that way.
Can we at least regroup in the port? Have somewhere to collect figure out a plan, because obviously...
Yeah, sure, I don't see why not. 1 second, I'll get somebody to protect you. And then he snaps twice, and 2 soldiers that were just standing by the port come over, and they kind of they're gonna gruff looking, they're not saying anything, and they gesture to follow you to sort of a back edge where this port area is. You can see there's a small building, clearly for the people who are working at the port, right? So they'll take you to kind of near that building on the back right of this kind of port area, beach area-ish. And they'll just stand there. They're not gonna do anything about it, but they are technically within earshot.
Are there any other people who usually reside in this port town, or is it just guards?
Right now, you can just see guards.
It's just fucking Esser and army, and that's it.
Esser and army. There's a few people who are obviously loading up that one cargo ship. Clearly, there's boat staff. There's sailors. Boat staff, cargo staff. I'm not, I don't know the words for these things. I should have googled it.
Could we go
but there's
talk to the people, to the boat staff, just to get access to a map to figure out?
Are you still talking to this guy?
To one of the guards, I guess. Be like, I assume you're babysitting us. So it's like, under the assumption that they're babysitting us.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, I cannot allow you to do that.
To even have access to a map to turn around on the mainland.
You can collect a map at the Yiomemelia.
An hour away, which is... there are maps here. Are there not?
You can roll a persuasion check. Persuasion.
17.
Oh, 17. Okay. Very well. I will, you know what? I will just, one moment. And he nods to his colleague to stay with you. And you see him kind of, like, gruffly wander over and talk to the guy you just talked to. That guy pulls out a map and is like, oh, we don't do this, but okay. And then hands that map to him, and he comes back and he hands you the map. And he's like, yeah, you go. And then he just posts up again, doesn't talk. He hands you a map.
That is not what we asked for.
What he asked for?
We asked to go speak with them to help us reroute. Because these people know how to read maps. So it's like, can we go talk to the people who can read maps?
Oh, you don't know how to read maps?
What?
Did you specify that to him? Fine, never mind. When he went over there, he actually grabbed that guy, and that guy came back. And was like...
One of the boat staff?
Well, not one of the boat staff, the same guy you just talked
the
to.
quartermaster or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the word for it. Yeah, the quartermaster came back.
I don't know.
What is it you guys need again? That's a different voice. What is it you guys need again? Also a different voice. Whatever, fucking don't worry about it.
Who is asking about what?
The same guy you just talked to, that guy went and grabbed him to help you guys reroute. The guy who was writing people's names down.
Oh, okay.
Book guy. Yeah.
Well, considering we can't take a boat like we wanted to coming to a port, we were hoping to talk to one of the navigators, at least to get help with the map to reroute.
Yeah, I mean, at this time, we're just doing boats to the Iskanor port, so you can head up that way, or well, unfortunately, that's actually, and then I guess there's gonna be one going later tonight to Shayef. Unfortunately, only cargo ships are making their way to the rest of the mainland right now, and we've cut off all communications and cargo with the island. Unfortunately.
That is unfortunate.
I really wish I could help you guys.
Does he look roguish?
Do you mean does he look like roguish as in like was he roguishly handsome, or roguish as like he looks like a rogue?
Does he look sneaky and kind of a little bit like Elmmibena could understand on like a bro wavelength?
No.
Fuck.
Sorry.
He's
doesn't.
So bookish.
He's not like that.
Because I was like, how do we speak in code? Because these motherfuckers are not going to leave us alone, and they're going to clock us immediately if we do it in a different language.
He however, is not... Like, he's wearing an Esserini, like, uniform. So you see that he's affiliated in some capacity.
Do all of the boats themselves look affiliated with the Esserini as well?
In fact, there's none that look like they're affiliated.
Oh.
They just probably got the soldiers on.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking at the port like you're looking for options right now?
My brain is going, find someone who's not army and go, hey, friend, and then get on their boat, and then we leave. But I'm trying to find a person to ask to do that, and you're like, here are all of the Esserini guards. So I'm like, all right, how do we go around this?
Well, at this point, it's more about, I think, getting attention.
It's a lot of Esserini.
Where are you guys looking to... You did say the port you're looking to go was in Dahlia, right? Like
It's on the other island.
Yeah.
I'd rather not turn around and go back into an active war, so if we can be useful here, it might be our best bet.
Right, fair enough. Why are you heading that way?
I gesture to myself. It's a
Oh, you're from there?
It's a safe place, I know. I haven't been there in years. But
No, I can understand why someone of your type would want to get out of the mainland. You know what? Between you and me, you can tell there's something he knows he wants to tell you he can't tell you.
Can I?
can I like try to figure out his?
You're sure that, there's no other way we can get to the island?
That's a sus as fuck thing to say.
Yeah, it's assumed.
I'm sure there's no way that you can get to the island. You want to decide it?
I wanted to persuade to get him to tell me. We already know that he thinks there's another
that
way.
Statement, that's not persuading somebody. Fine, roll a persuasion. I'll consider it as you.
Or let
Can I
Martyr
try?
try. Martyr's
Martyr
just
will
trying to
try
pull the
something.
cute card. I don't know. That's what we're
Try to
trying to
pull the
do.
cute
You
card.
already told us that he's like withholding information, so I don't need to roll insight. I need to roll persuasion to get him to tell me the information.
I want to get it out of his little skull.
Okay, well then roll persuasion. What do you want to do? Martyr wants to roll a cute check?
I know he's racist, but I want to have
Yeah.
Martyr kind of pull like the kind of like she's pretty. She built nice, and she kind of will like lean over a little bit, so you know, boobs. And just kind of, you know, it's just getting really scary for, like you said, someone like me to be out in these parts.
Okay, Martyr, roll a persuasion. What'd you get?
13.
13? Okay, I'll take it into consideration.
I'm doing my best to try to bring her somewhere safe.
Ooh. Maybe that was convincing.
So do you want advantage?
Yeah,
Maybe?
Martyr.
I don't know.
Martyr, you can have.
Or do you want me to
have
roll?
advantage because of that?
Okay. It's like it's either advantage
I
or
like
I'm
that.
rolling.
I
too.
like that statement of like trying to be like love.
Dirty 20 then.
Oh shit!
You're fucking welcome.
And then he kind of just like he stands there for a second, and you see that he like leans forward a little bit, and some papers fall over his book. The papers fall to the ground, and they very visibly say a schedule for which boats are leaving and when.
Memorize it. The ones closer to the ground. Memorize it. Do it.
Martyr will look down.
He goes.
Rally the munchkins.
Oh, would you mind helping me pick that up?
Oh, yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, Martyr's gonna bend down.
No, we both bend down at the same time, baby.
we bend down.
We bonk our
Picks
heads.
it up. Fuck. No! Reads it.
In that case, like I'll be like, relax, hon. It's all right. We've got this. And I like pat your back as like we've got this. Don't worry about it. We're good.
Yeah.
We got this, Gukflip. Continuously patting your
Gukflip-
shoulder, even though I don't need to continue.
Gukflip picks it up very slowly,
And he's
Looking
like
at
standing there, like the guards are not looking, so he's like,
like brandishing it very openly to everyone else in the party too. As I pick it up and then slowly hold it out to him to give it back.
thanks. He also takes it slowly.
You're welcome. Gukflip holds off for just like a second too long.
He's pulling on it a little bit. He's
Gives
like,
it back.
okay.
Get as much as possible in the
literally.
brain hole.
And he puts it back
We're
in
all
his book.
studying this thing.
He's like, again, I'm sorry I couldn't help you.
It's okay. We appreciate you.
Gukflip's voice cover up is fleeting.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
You see that actually he lied. Well, of course he did.
Cargo ship is going to.
There is actually, at this exact time, there's not a cargo ship leaving. But you notice that in an hour's time, there will be a cargo ship that is going to be loaded and brought to Velspira on the island. And sailed to Velspira.
Whoop whoop. That's where we want to go, baby.
This cargo ship is, it specifically just says, like, the other ones seem to have, like, a list of what they're actually supposed to be bringing, whether that's, like, food, whether it's, like, materials, goods, or, you know, something like that. This one just says, cargo. Like, it doesn't have a specification. And And again, that one's leaving in about an hour. So you see that.
All right,
and
well,
you're like-
thank you.
And he's like,
Slay.
I think we should head somewhere to try to make ourselves useful at least.
that would.
If we can't make it to the island, we'll at least...
He's like, I'm sorry, again, couldn't help you. This sucks. Oh no. And then he'll kind of close his book and he'll walk back that way, and he'll like nod to the guards to step farther away, and they'll kind of like follow him. They'll still, again, like they're still sus of you, but you now know that there is a boat going to Velspira in an hour, and then it will be loaded up and cargoed.
Cargo is sus.
Well, so I assume we head to cargo? Because that's what we said we would do. We were going to go there to try to make ourselves useful.
Yeah, so you could do that.
Maybe.
But all you're seeing right now, so I'll describe again what you're seeing, and maybe kind of interject with you can kind of figure this out. You're seeing that cargo is being loaded onto one ship right now.
Mm-hmm.
What I think that you kind of realize is there's actually no cargo on the port other than for that one ship, which means that the cargo that's going on that ship is either doesn't exist or is going to be brought within the next hour, down the only path that it takes to get to this port. So that's...
Do we know which boat is the one leaving for Vespera? Does it have like a number for which dock?
I imagine that there was probably a specification, like on the thing it'll say the shell dock, but you don't know which one that is.
It doesn't name the ship. Ships have names.
They do have names. This one is called the Nebuchadnezzar. That's my dad's boat. I didn't name it before this moment, obviously, but we'll call this one's the Nebuchadnezzar, and that boat is leaving in an hour. You notice inscribed on one of the ships. I'm assuming because Elmmibena is asking me. Elmmibena was looking. I'm gonna give you that. The Nebuchadnezzar is a small cargo ship, like almost like nothing compared to the one that's being loaded up. Does exist on one of the ports that you assume is.
Okay.
But there's nobody on that boat, nobody visibly like loading it up at this time.
Okay.
So yeah. While we're considering that,
We're out of earshot from people?
Yeah, you're out of earshot from people. You're now at the back, like you're in the back of the beach area. You're kind of on the tree clearing next to the building that's there, next to a building. Right now, you can consider that information that you have now received over the break.
Cool.
We've just been informed that there happens to be a cargo ship leaving to, what's it called? Oh shit! I immediately
Relatable.
forgot.
I don't know either. I didn't write it down.
You said it was the name of your dad's boat.
No, that's the name
the
of the
boat's
boat.
leaving, but where is it going is the question.
What port is it going? Oh. Is it with a V?
Yep, Velspira. Velspira! Woo! It's going to Velspira, and it's leaving in about an hour. You are currently, like at the back of the port thing. You can be very visibly seen by guards. Communicate with one another. Figure out a plan.
So are we're intercepting cargo? Yeah. Are we going to be intercepting the cargo then?
If they're even loading cargo, it didn't say. It just said cargo.
Well, anything that goes to that boat will have to come through the way we came in, so we know where we would need to intercept it.
They don't have any storage area?
Nothing you can see. Okay. Besides this building. But there's it's just the one building. So
I doubt a unique bunch like us could act as crew members, just trying to sneak in, so I do have a crowbar.
As in, to get into the cargo?
Those crates are large enough.
There's nothing in them.
I would like to ask you now, are you moving positions to somewhere?
If we're intercepting it on the road, then yes.
Yeah, either we stay here and just sort of wait and see what happens, or we go onto the road to try and get in the
You
cargo
are much
before it's
more
even in
visible
the camp.
here.
It would be
Yeah.
better if we ambush.
Yeah.
How far back are you guys
Wow.
going? Like, how far away?
We could move. Yeah, we could move in the
Move
tree line
sight.
away from view from the road and walk up the road until we find the cargo that's coming, or head 150, 200 feet and stop there, whichever comes first. Well,
We
Okay.
should be far enough away
Can't see.
that guards here
Yeah.
at the port will not.
So, as you're walking along, you encounter a horse-drawn cart, similar to what you guys actually had before. So it was like a sitting area for somebody who's, directing the cart. This person is, you notice, is a tiefling. That kind of takes you out maybe a little bit. And in the cart behind them, there is a bunch of barrels, like oak barrels, filled, just, you see oak barrels, like sealed tight. There's 6 oak barrels, and then you've got 2 sort of square boxes that could fit probably a small person. And in those, you're hearing the sound of glass clinking together, just gently, as the cart rocks along. Another thing, off the edge, you are seeing a water genasi sitting just on the back edge. He's picking his teeth with a blade. And sitting next to the tiefling who is, like, doing the
Driving.
horse's shit, is a small gnome. Actually, yeah, no. But, like, small gnome. Like, surprisingly small. And you're kind of seeing them go along. They're chatting about random stuff. Nothing super crazy.
so the water genasi's keeping watch, I assume, at the back there?
Off the back, yeah. You can see it coming up on you guys. It's moving slowly. They're not, like, in a rush. You understand there's probably about half an hour until this cargo is set to
Is it
leave.
open, like, at the top?
Yeah, it is.
Could one place on top as it goes by, plausibly without people being like, what the fuck is that? Because I have rope trick.
If you're really stealthy, there are trees, like, above it.
I have rope trick.
Sick. Okay.
So
That's cool.
Are you implying make rope trick in the middle of the road, and then once we're perfectly above it, drop down onto it?
That is what I'm proposing, yes.
Can you do that with all of you guys?
Yeah, all of
think
us can
so.
go into it.
Okay.
Like Mission Impossible style, lower into the thing.
We're gonna have to be really stealthy.
Yeah, I'm like, the DC stealth for this is gonna be,
Mhm.
like, really high if you try this, just so you know.
Okay.
But you want to try it?
Yes.
Everybody roll a stealth check. For this, Maude will not. I'll assume Maude gets a nat 20 and is natural success. For this, you guys are not going to want to be encumbered by holding the giant Maude, so...
Oh, that's not good.
Oh.
Dirty 20.
I got an 11.
I got 16.
Wild. Dirty 20. 18 plus 2.
Well,
I rolled a 10.
Gukflip and Ariadani managed to land softly and hide themselves between the crates, but I guess they just took up too much space because Martyr and Elmmibena tumbled onto this, making a very loud noise. And you're gonna stop. The thing will stop. The horses will neigh. And what will turn around and be like, "What?"
Can I quickly, as Martyr falls, can I quickly, like, yank her into the hiding space that I'm currently taking up? As, like, a
Sure,
shit.
so it's just
Bam!
Elmmibena
I'm like-
under the cart.
Gukflip can help at all. I'm just like, this is all I can do.
Yeah. Stowaways? Get the fuck off! What are you doing?
Can I cast Major Image and hide us?
Okay.
They already saw us.
Oh, wait! No, I get it.
like, when he, like, before he, like, because we make loud sound, so before he looks away, can I, like, cast Major Image to just make it look like it's just boxes? Or maybe, like, a box fell?
Assuming that the rogue will then hide.
So, okay, so...
Yeah, I can hide.
Let me, okay, so, let me get this straight. You've cast Image to make it look like one of the, like, crates, or, like, not crates, one of the barrels, essentially, has, like, just, like, kind of tipped over a bit and knocked around.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, I'll let it happen. What's the DC on it?
It just happens, I think.
Yeah, but what's the, like, because he's gonna investigate it immediately.
14 investigation.
Nat 1! Nat 1!
Yippee!
He looks,
Skin
he looks
of
to go look at it. he looks to go look at it, and he's, like, tapping around, and he's like, alright, I guess it just... Don't worry about it, guys. It's just... movement.
Is this the Genasi or the Tiefling?
This is the Tiefling. He'll yell to the Genasi, and he'll be like, Harvey, did you not tie them down correctly? He's like, I thought I did, but alright. And then they had that interaction, and that one means that you're now
We
chugging
did
along,
it.
and you are
Yay.
successfully hidden.
The way that Martyr looks at the party, like,
I think at this point, Ariadani and Martyr are kind of hanging out in a pocket between the, again, they're, like, the actual, like, logistics of how this is working and you guys are hiding between the barrels probably doesn't really make sense, but whatever. Nat 1 for investigation and a little bit of Major Image. How long does that image last, by the way?
it's concentration, I think. Hold on.
Okay, so you know what? That's also going to help you guys and create kind of, maybe there's an extra barrel there and they're like, weird, I don't remember that being there, but why would they question it? They're not really paying attention that closely.
It's concentration up to 10 minutes.
Okay, well, you know, they don't see you right now. Elmmibena is like, and Gukflip are also in separate pockets, so I think when, like, and so is Maude somewhere. So, Martyr and Ariadani, you both are looking at each other.
I assume it's like...
Yeah, you're right close. You're right close to each other.
I panicked, so I'm just like, fuck.
It's real intimate, but you can't say a word.
Uh-huh.
Martyr's eyes are just wide and, like,
I bring my finger up.
making...
And I do this, but not to, like, the finger in front of lips, but in front of Martyr's and not mine.
Oh.
What?
Martyr turns red, but doesn't say shit. Just kind of, like, looks at her like, I understand.
So it's gonna, like, you're gonna hear the cart obviously, like, going along dirt road, you know, and you'll hear it pull into the port. You'll hear a bunch of soldiers kind of looking around. You'll hear Harvey, that water genasi. You're like, it's all good, guys. Truly, it's fine. There's nothing. It's just booze for the summer festival. You know. And the gnome at the front will be like, it's just I'm here on official business. It's just booze for the summer festival. I promise. I inspected the cargo earlier today. And that tiefling will be like, can I get back to my boat now? Thank you. You know, he'll give his name, whatever. That you'll hear the voice of that guy you spoke to earlier being like, yeah, write it down, whatever. He's locking it in. And then you'll hear the cart pull onto a wooden port. Like you'll hear the like horses' hooves shift from like packed dirt to wood, and the wheels sort of move. Like this is where it's gonna get interesting.
Tricky.
You'll hear the tiefling and the gnome hop off. The gnome will undo the horses and take them back to the packed dirt to tie them up. You'll hear that, obviously, them moving. And then the tiefling and the water genasi will begin to lift off one of those back crates. This back crate will, upon being moved, reveal Elmmibena. And so as it's moving,
But
Can I cast Major Image again?
is the how many of them are still here now? Just one of them went to take the horses
Just
back?
one of them. There's two.
So the Genasi and the
Mhm.
which
And as far as you're aware, there is still.
I don't know which is still there with.
Yeah, you don't know. As far as you're aware, the port is still being surveyed. Obviously.
I assume, like, as we were hiding, that, like, we couldn't clock any containers that, like, might have room for us.
I mean, like, all of them technically have room, but they are filled with the 6 barrels are filled with alcohol, like liquid, and the 2 crates are filled with like bottles.
Go for a swim.
That's very frustrating. How do we figure? Okay, so
And I'll give you a second to try and figure it out, but this is kind of a quick decision. Elmmibena can also try and move. Elmmibena, if you want
Can I
to
cast
roll like
darkness?
stealth and try and get behind the other cart or something, like the other crate, or try and get into a different area or move quickly, I'll allow you to do that as well.
If I try and get, like, under the cart or something, will I be spotted?
With disadvantage, I'll let you try it.
Oh, awesome.
Go ahead, because I have a backup plan. If you fail, if they see you.
12.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna kick it. So as they're lifting it off, they do see Elmmibena, and the tiefling goes, "Stowaways! I knew it!" He whispers this. He doesn't alert the Esserini guard.
Cool.
What were you gonna do?
Magical darkness.
why?
Whoa! That's gonna get noticed.
Okay, I want you to think
Okay,
about this for a
hold on.
second. The magical darkness means everybody can see the creation of magical darkness.
Which gives us enough, which gives us time to run and get onto the boat and hide on the boat.
he whispered, so not alerting guards. We might be okay.
You might be cool.
So are you gonna do this, or are
No.
you gonna not do this? I'm allowing the metagame for a second. Because you can commit to it.
Elmmibena is gonna try and
I
be
won't.
like,
What are you doing?
we need to get to Dahlia.
It's you and everybody else. Why should I let you on?
Because we need to. We've been sent to try and do it. We have.
Does Gukflip come out and like,
No, I'm trying to tell Madison.
That's not
you
allowed.
can't metagame it.
so
Sorry.
much money. Elmmibena would think of that. Come on.
She might. But
Did I get to pry the gems out of that sword?
Yeah, sure.
Sure, I'm gonna offer the gems.
What is that? Is you taking it? Are you giving it to him, or are you like offering it to him?
I'm showing him.
What's that?
Sapphire, emerald,
That's big money. How'd you get those?
stolen,
Only I won't have those.
stolen.
Respect, huh? How many you got? He's like looking through the. He's looking through the. He still thinks it might just be you, like, because remember you were the only one like revealed at this point, and so he's like, "You paying me for passage?"
Yeah.
Just you?
Me and 4 others.
Where are they hiding in the trees?
No, they're here.
How the fuck did you guys get in there? What the fuck do you mean?
Everyone shut up. Everyone shut up. Everyone stay quiet. No. You pull out, like, caterpillars from your pocket, like, here. No. That would be Maude. Maude would do that.
I've got more than just this.
How much more?
Enough.
What are we talking?
Enough.
Enough. Roll a persuasion.
Okay.
One second. And he'll like the crate he had to put down, and so the other guy is like watching this, and so he's gonna like go over to Harvey and be like, "She's a no. What's a no?" I figure we can see that in the. I figure we like at least figure that out on my bike, right? You know, they're considering
Next to no coherent language.
They're considering and muttering to each other. And he's gonna go, and they're gonna go, "You and your friends, as of right now, are gonna be hired as part of the Nebuchadnezzar crew to help load this cargo. And then we'll talk payment, alright? As if you pay me, I'm not paying you."
I'm okay with that.
Fair enough. Okay. So this is what you guys are seeing right now. Elmmibena is gonna hop off. You're gonna hear that. Do you guys do anything about that? No.
I stay
Okay.
still until told not to at this point, because Elmmebena's got the reins, baby!
He looks at you and he's like assessing how strong you are. He's like, can you lift a barrel by yourself?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, I believe it. And then, so he'll be like, you start loading the barrels then. And, try not to get noticed, because we only logged 3. So if you could, like, keep on the DL and be like one of us, alright? You were always on the cart, and I just happened to forget to write you down. Yeah?
That's what happened.
Great. They're now loading up that big cart. Gonna bring there. Can you roll strength to pick up a barrel, I assume, and like bring it onto the boat? Oh, perfect. You're good. Don't even worry about it.
That's a dirty 20, by the way.
Yeah. You pull the. Yeah, no, I know. You pull one of those barrels off, revealing these two. Revealing
gays?
Martyr and Ariadani, like the gays way too close to each other. First of all,
You
and you're
uncover the gay agenda!
you uncover the gays behind a barrel right now, way too close to each other.
Coming out of the barrel.
For the sake of comedy, you can still see Ariadani's finger on Martyr's lips.
Who's unveiling this? Is this
Okay.
Elmmibena, or is it...
I am.
Elmmibena is pulling that off.
Load the boat. We got a job.
I'm so proud of you.
As am I.
Try and blend in.
Martyr kind of looks down at herself and
We're
goes,
gonna talk bribery later on the boat.
alright, I'll try to blend in. As if she's not bubblegum colored.
I know, like, you guys are literally...
As you're chatting, he's gonna come around and be like, he sees other tieflings, he's like, why didn't you guys just say you're from here? Well,
because we're stowaways?
I'd give a tiefling passage any day.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
Hi.
Alright, fair enough, I guess.
So I assume
I'd
we
give
get
a fellow
up.
tiefling anyway.
Didn't know you'd believe me, as I'm not a tiefling.
Well, great. 1 second. I'm just going to create... Can any of you guys create a diversion? I just gotta get you all on the boat, before you're noticed.
I can cast Major Image. I can cast Darkness.
Darkness would be too noticeable, though.
That's...
Yeah, no, you gotta... I think it's gotta be something that'll alert all the guards to a different part so you guys can quickly scramble onto the boat.
What? How far away can you cast that image? Because you could... That's a big threat.
How far away can I cast that image? Let me think real quick.
Do the thing that I
Remember.
thought you were going to do on the cart, and that is give us a reason why we were stowaways and have something chasing us.
I can cast something. It's a range of 120 feet.
So yeah.
Oh, perfect.
She's like, I can cast an image
You've seen an owl bear.
or a phenomenon.
We fought one.
I don't know if it's polymorph
Yeah,
rules.
I just think you just put something real bad, something real scary, just like over there, like 100 feet that way.
Can you do something like flying?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
that's real good. That's real good.
Because then they can't interact.
Yeah.
But it's distracting as all hell.
Yeah, I could do a... What are those things called? I've seen them in books. A gargoyle? Will that work?
What?
Sure. Absolutely sure.
I'm not sure. I'll make a gargoyle appear in the sky. And make it screech or something.
Great. The moment you do that, as soon as you do that, I'm gonna need all of you guys to run onto the boat.
Got it. Alright.
With the exception of you. I feel like we can just say you're one of my friends, one of my buddies I forgot to log on the thing. Doesn't matter. You were off the end. Doesn't matter. The other ones though, we're gonna have a little bit of difficulty hiding some tieflings. They remember tieflings here. So, I'm gonna need... Where's your other friend? You got 2 more, don't you?
Well...
Oh, yeah,
Gukflip.
Guk.
I peek my head kind of around.
No,
I also assume
not
that
noticeable. Good.
Elmmibena is carrying Maude, because Maude's apparently very heavy.
Well,
Not
I'm
at the
carrying
moment.
a barrel.
Yeah, you've got a barrel.
Backpack. Maude is a backpack
Oh,
now.
backpack.
I have a 450-pound
No,
backpack on.
I think we'll say Maude pops out and he's like, Turtle. That's pretty noticeable. That's gonna need to move quickly. You look a bit geriatric, you move. And I'm gonna assume Nilah would be like, oh yeah, Sonny, I got it. We're gonna be like,
She's spry.
And
Sprightly
I will
for my
reinforce with
yeah, exactly.
She's fast as fuck.
Alright, sounds good. As soon as you count that spell. And then he's gonna look at you and be like, let's do this thing.
Alright, everyone ready?
Reggie.
Ready.
Alright, one gargoyle coming up.
Incredible.
And it's there.
And we're
Beautiful.
going.
Can everybody roll a dex? I need a dex.
Dex save or check?
Me too.
Yeah. Oh no, you don't need to.
Okay.
Just a check.
Darn it.
Oh, thank God. 15.
13.
3.
No, okay, so anybody got over 10, you good. Maude got there. We're just doing that. Gukflip tripped over the side of the thing, did not manage to get to the boat, and fell face first on the dock. Now, fortunately, guards looked at you, saw you quickly, did not recognize that you were Gukflip, and then went to deal with the
I still have
gargoyle.
disguise
There's
self.
also a...
You do still have
There's
disguise.
also-
I'd like to point
No,
out.
because it's been about 45
I'd like to
minutes.
point out. I ticked off another spell
you
slot
did. Okay.
earlier, saying that I activated. Like I activated it.
Okay.
Again.
There's
I got you.
also a gnome already, like, on the cruise.
There is.
Just,
True.
like, been like, gnome, whatever.
Yeah, and he's currently, like, over there. So, it was actually the best thing that you failed, because they can excuse that as, like, oh, that was the gnome that was with them.
Yeah,
Who fucking
yeah,
cares? We need to deal with the giant gargoyle image that's in the sky that we can't touch.
It's a
Which
gargoyle with MC Hammer pants.
Elmmibena's quick fucking thinking there, because I would have touched it and killed it immediately. But I can't touch it, so fuck. Perfect. So, we'll say, can you roll another dex check?
14.
Beautiful. Anything over 10. Alright, you guys all get on the boat. Now, it's a subject of just, like, loading it up. Once you put your barrel on there, he's gonna be like, just get your barrel on there, and just stay on there. Alright? We just don't need anybody asking questions. Stay below deck, get all your friends below deck. Alright?
Sounds good to me.
Beautiful.
Word.
Great. They slowly load up. The deck is getting very full of cargo. You guys are a little bit packed in like sardines.
I'm
We're
not
below deck
complaining.
Yeah.
This motherfucker.
And yeah, they're packed in like sardines, real good. But you have gotten on the boat, and you hear clamoring there. Is the gargoyle like? You're just keeping the gargoyle there, right?
I'm gonna start making it kind of like, because I can't, as long as I can see, I have 10 minutes.
Okay.
Once we're all like situated and we're good, I'm gonna make it start like flying away. It's gonna
Alright.
look as if it's gonna
Okay.
leave.
Like
Yeah,
into the
that's-
bushes.
yeah.
So it just doesn't like
No,
disappear.
that's a good move. That's a
Yeah,
good
like into
move.
the trees.
They would have gotten confused, so I like that. So the gargoyle like flew away into the trees. They were like, you could see since Martyr, the rest of you I imagine are like completely under deck. Martyr, who had to be visually looking to see the gargoyle like leave, they sent 2 of the parties, like a total 8 soldiers of the 4 parties, to like go and check it out and try and kill it. So they ran into the forest to try and figure out the gargoyle situation. You guys are all now below deck. You hear some clamoring, some chatting, being like, yeah, we're all loaded up. Whatever. Just the water genasi and the tiefling are now getting on the boat. We'll set off in like 5 minutes, right, Harvey? And then Harvey will be like, yeah, boss, sure, whatever. He's gonna, you hear him sitting down on the deck, again, he's picking his nails with the knife, is whatever.
Unbothered.
Our
in his
buddy
lane.
tiefling is going to
Moisturized.
come downstairs now.
As I'm kind of like heading down the stairs.
Yeah, so you'll be, I guess, like, closest. Well, hello, my little stowaways. He's gonna look at you first. He's gonna be like, so, what's enough? Because I'm still on shore, I can kick you off this boat just as easily and send you to the Esserini soldiers.
Well, I believe these belong to you, and I'm gonna hand over the gems that I gave him.
Fantastic. One of my girlfriends will love those.
One of.
And,
You got 3.
Good for you.
Thanks.
Good for you.
They're awesome.
And, I think you should talk to, Ariadani here about the rest.
You gesture to Ariadani
Yeah.
visibly. Hello.
So
Fellow Yiomemelia, eh?
I am, yes.
He sees by the way you dress.
I am, yes.
Good to see you.
She just smiled like the yeah. Figuring out what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah, did Elmmibena give you a rundown of...
Yeah, I assume I heard the conversation happen because we were on a tiny ass little cart.
You also saw me, like, pay him just now.
Yeah, you would have. Yeah. Okay, so
first thing I'm gonna pull out is the ring that I stole at one point. From like way back when I pegged your douchebags. I stole, I think, a ring from them. With hematite in it, and I assume it's 60 GP, but he doesn't need to know that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I've got this. This was also stolen.
Right. Did I say it was gold ring?
I think so. It just says ring with hematite.
There was a necklace, too.
I'm keeping that necklace because it's pretty.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We have gold. We have gold.
I got you.
I know, we have lots of gold.
Alright. It looks fancy. Sure.
Took it from a noble, so it should be.
How about, we'll call it even. I like the sapphire and the emerald. And then if you just give me, let's say, 100 gold pieces per each year, that's 500 gold pieces, and we can call it a day, yeah?
She'll frown at that. Ariadani's like, it's like the frown of like, is that really how we're doing things?
That's only fair. I'm smuggling you past Esserini soldiers.
Mathing.
You know
Give me
what?
a sec. We have the
what
money.
What about
Sorry, go ahead.
what about 50 for the tieflings? I'll bring my Yiomemelia buddies home for half price. I'm generous like that.
400 gold for all of us then?
Yeah. 400 gold for 5 stowaways. I feel like that's pretty fair.
Wait, how about, you have 3 girlfriends, right?
Yeah.
Do you know roughly how big they are size-wise? How about 3 of all of us, and I make all of them fancy outfits while we're on this ship that you can give as presents?
And they are absolutely
I have lots of fabric.
wonderful at all of this. And she like points at you.
I will say they're not really into the aesthetic you got going on. The cottagecore thing is not.
Oh,
my
I can make anything.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
350 in the dresses? I gotta pay my buddy. 350 with the dresses.
350 in the dresses.
That we can do.
All right. Pleasure doing business with you. Welcome aboard the Nebuchadnezzar. And he hands you. You shake hands. He's like, shake hands. Well,
Alright, now you need to tell me what you want me to make for you.
think about
I'll
that.
draw it right up right now.
Do they dress similarly
Yeah,
to
give me that.
the
Alright, come
locals in
find me after
Yiomemelia?
then.
I gesture to my.
one of them's from Dahlia. She really likes like fabric, kind of just like covering all the bits and pieces in like a really seductive way. One of them does prefer more of a. She's from Lilymine. She prefers more of a coverage thing, but it's like she calls it. It's like flowy fabrics that like are a little see through, but still like covered. You know what I mean? You've probably seen the look, you know. And well, the other one pretty similar to the first, lots of fabric, but like heavy. And she's a big fan of cloaks. So actually, could you make a cloak? Because she would absolutely love me if I made her a cloak.
Yeah, I can make a cloak. You got colors you want?
Fantastic. Honestly, I feel like if you could do one in like cool tones, blue, the flowy one, appreciate that one be like yellows and oranges. And the other one, like, she loves everything, so you can just go ham.
Alright, sounds good.
Fantastic. I've got to figure out how to... He's looking at the... He's like, walking around. He's, like, fantastic, and he's, like, done with you. Now he's, like, muttering to himself, and he's like, I've got to figure out how to make this into, like...
He does now have
Holding
3
this, like-
jewel items, 2 jewels and 1 ring. So it's like 1 for each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red,
no,
blue,
he's
yellow.
Like, he's like,
Unless what color is he?
yeah.
I don't know.
I think what
It's,
is?
hematite's black.
Yeah,
Okay.
hematite's like
Red,
a dark
black,
gray.
yellow, cause gold.
It's
I
like a
fixed it.
metallic black. You
Yeah,
know,
there you
like
go.
the
Good
like
job.
the magnet.
Ah,
kind
yes,
of rock.
mercury looking.
It's like that.
Oh, and then he'll go to the top and he'll yell down and be like, "Give it 20 minutes after we leave, and then you guys can come up here. I just don't want anybody to see you from the shore." And you have now begun your journey to Velspira on the
Woo!
Nebuchadnezzar.
Yay!
Phew.
Gukflip is going to, in these 20 minutes, undisguise
Yeah.
and begin to remove anything, signet rings.
I assume that was
maybe
already hidden.
Yeah, for you guys, it's
Yeah.
already done.
Yeah, I just assumed I hadn't really yet because I was disguising my whole self anyhow, but I'll properly do it, and then I will maybe change into the most normal looking outfit I have.
Yeah, what do you have? Like, would Gukflip, because he probably doesn't have, like, peasant clothes.
I definitely wouldn't have peasant
But you might
clothes,
have,
but
like,
I reckon
casual
he's got like
clothes.
a shirt
With
that
like a
isn't
tunic.
fancy looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
He's
you
like
know.
an
leather
undershirt.
pants and a tunic that are like
Exactly.
normal.
I'm sure he has something kind of normal looking.
Yeah.
So I'll change into whatever I have that's the closest to that. And then hope they don't recognize my face.
Oh, I didn't describe this tiefling you guys like saw now. Okay, well I'll take this as opportunity to describe the tiefling you guys saw. He is like average height for a tiefling, which I'm not 100% sure what it is, but it's like I'm sure it's like 5'10", 5'11".
It's like
Kinda
it's
vibe.
normal medium.
Normal medium. He has like big red twisted like horns that come out of like the forehead area, and they kind of like twist back on themselves, kind of like a ram, you know. He's got like black hair. His skin is like a dark red, like a maroon. Well, not like maroon, because maroon would imply like purpley in color, but like a deep red.
Wine.
Sure, like a wine
Okay.
color, yeah.
Wasn't sure.
And then his eyes are like black sclera, with like deep blue irises.
Gorgeous.
He's got like a suaveness about him for sure. Yeah, no,
And
he's hot.
It's got and I want you, folks. There it is.
I want you.
I want you.
I want you. I want you.
He wears sort of a garb typical of Yiomemelia, something you would recognize. It's like a bunch of different like blacks, blues, reds, fabrics kind of like hanging off of him in like a loose tunic and like wrapped around his waist. And he's got these like, I would say like they're like almost like ruched down the sides pants. Like they kind of have like a suaveness about him. The fabric like moves with him in a really like
I
sexy
want you
way,
so
you know?
bad.
And you're like okay. And yeah, he's a great guy.
Bark, bark. Do you want a
You
fourth
know,
girlfriend?
Yeah. Classic. Like, hey, you don't know. Maybe you will. I don't know.
That's what I was expecting him to be like when he saw Ariadani. I was expecting him to be like,
Oh, he looked at Ariadani.
"You trying to
for
be the
sure.
fourth?"
Oh,
Like,
he looked at Ariadani for sure. There was an up down for sure that was given for Ariadani. Unfortunately,
I
think
do
part of the
thoroughly
dress
enjoy
threw him
up and down.
Yes.
Mario's a little bit too
I
big.
multiple contexts.
Have a question for the people who are not.
Freaky. He didn't care about. It wasn't about. It was more about the dress being like cottagecore vibes. He's like, nah, it's not really like.
Yeah.
No, a question for people who are not from Yiomemelia, so literally all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys like? How did you react when he said, like, consensual, like, multiple partners thing?
Yeah,
I feel like that's
when he
not.
said 3 girlfriends. Culturally, how do you respond to that? You would be unfamiliar with the idea.
I'm
probably
revealing a little bit of
polyamory.
lore here.
Like you may have heard of it. You
I
know of,
come
like,
from a
something.
place
You've
where
read about
men
it
like to
probably,
take
Martyr.
multiple
You've read it.
wives. I am unfazed.
Oh. Ah,
I am unfazed.
so you are
Polygamy.
unfazed.
The arch nemesis. Polygamy.
You are unfazed. The arch nemesis is polyamory, polygamy.
I feel like Elmmibena is like, okay.
Depends on what stories you might have heard of.
Yeah,
right?
she's like, either way, she's like, does not affect me.
Yeah.
All right. We got on the boat. Sounds good.
I think Gukflip would be like, that's weird.
Old Gucky here, he's definitely aware that exists.
Of course.
However, he doesn't necessarily...
In college, you've definitely heard
agree
of guys.
with it.
You've definitely heard of
Yeah.
guys cheating on multiple girls.
Yeah.
It's more common. That's your first thought. You know it exists. You're aware of it being a thing, and you're not like But you are more familiar with guys who have multiple girlfriends cheating on them, and like university and stuff like that.
For sure. I think even more than that, though, like, he just... It's like, not for him. Like, his family is very... monogamous, and so it's just like,
Gross.
Not how I was raised, and that's fine, you can do it, just not in front of me, like that kind of vibe.
Ellmibena like, glad he had girlfriends that we could take advantage of giving them gifts for.
True.
Yeah.
He's a gift giver. He loves it.
I think for
Generosity,
Gukflip, there is a little bit of that inside of him. That jealousy, however, is where some of the hatred stems from.
Because he has no bitches.
Not in the... Because he has no bitches.
Yeah.
And this guy has 3 bitches at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I look around at the party, assuming that you guys don't know what the fuck any of that, or at least like are weirded out by it. I notice that only Gukflip is like about it. Polyamorous relationships are common in Yiomemelia, spanning all over the province, actually.
Martyr's gonna cover this one about polyamorous? Not polygamous?
Polyamory, yes. Ethical non-monogamy.
Oh.
Multiple partners.
I've heard of it as polygamy instead.
Oh. Yeah, no, they're different, love.
Is it different?
They're very different.
Oh. Okay.
I'm gonna like optimistically assume that the patriarchy barely exists in this world, so we're just gonna drop that.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's more of a freeform thing than polygamy in its structure, really. We have festivals and we have special festivals, and sometimes people who are already partnered, who already have a partner, and maybe even a family, they get roped in and paired up with a new person, and it's widely accepted because we have to. The festivals aren't necessarily controlled by us, so if they decide that a person who is married gets another partner, that's just how things are. Usually works out. There are horrible people everywhere, but it's not the majority.
Interesting.
I'm explaining mostly to Gukflip, and then Martyr when she's interested.
I'm not interested.
Also cute.
Yeah, Martyr's very she's nodding along. I also would say that
fascinated is
she's
the word I meant.
actively sewing while she's nodding along, and she's fast, man. She's just like a little sewing it.
Gukflip is interested. Gukflip is interested in learning the culture. Like he doesn't. He's just flat outright hate it. So
you would have
he's
heard stories from your uncle.
Yeah, exactly, and it's not a completely
but,
foreign
nothing
concept.
Sexual, right? So you would have gotten this they're very fun
Yeah.
people over there.
Yeah.
Are you asking about it? Because we're going to a new to a new body of land, a new province that I assume none of you have ever been to.
I think
they
it makes Gukflip a little bit uncomfortable, so he doesn't want to talk about it.
Maybe later.
Are they arranged marriages?
No. We have this thing called the Destiny Flame Festival. Every year there's a strange phenomenon that happens in certain cities. Dahlia is one of them. Where it's just... I never got this explained to me. We just accept that it exists. a magical flame. We dance with it, if that makes sense. And it will pull people in to be a part of the dance. It will block people who are not meant to that year. Mostly there are old wives' tales to keep children away from the flames, saying that unless the flame chooses you, it'll swallow you up whole if you go near it. But basically, it connects you, the person dancing, with someone else whom you're supposed to connect with. Usually that means romantic partners, sometimes it means platonic partners, sometimes it means anything, really. Most of the time it's romantic and platonic, yes.
Note from God, it is a midsummer festival, and it just so happens to be midsummer.
Oh.
Wow.
Martyr goes, that's really interesting. I've never heard of anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
When is it?
Midsummer. Oh, shit.
Oh!
Well, let's hope we miss it, because it's a beautiful festival, but it's so, like, just invasive, and we have a mission. It's fine. We'll miss it, surely.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll miss it, surely. It's too early. Says lie.
Sure.
Ariadani doesn't know she's lying. She's being...
It hasn't been,
yeah.
Oh.
It will be fine. Yeah, it usually happens around midsummer. It's kind of funny, actually. School children, usually after the festival happens in midsummer, they go to school saying, I've got a new mummy, got a new daddy.
Oh,
got a new
I
parent.
guess, yeah. That would make sense.
It's... Yeah. I think teachers had to nix that one because it got out of hand. They started betting on
It's
it.
interesting.
Children are weird. You can't bet on the
as you're talking about
flames.
this, you hear the tiefling guy yell down. He's like, "You gonna hang out with the barrels?"
Oh, sorry, we're just talking. We'll come up soon.
You didn't give us the okay to come up.
It's been like half an hour.
Alright.
Like you're like,
We got carried away by conversation.
fair enough.
Should we go up and socialize? I mean, I would actually really like to
So
meet
we go up.
another tiefling.
Sorry?
I'm really excited to meet people that are like, deep.
Yiomemelia,
Where I'm from?
you mean?
Yiomemelia somehow.
I
I'm
s-
sure my birth parents were from there or something.
Mm-hmm.
I just ended up not there.
At some point, definitely. Fae prefer to usually stick with other Fae, mainly because non-Fae are, no offense, just insufferable to deal with sometimes. I don't mean that as specifically you.
Elmebena's really good to me.
Yeah. I don't mean that as specifically the people we're traveling with. I mean in general. The things you have in place in your society are tedious.
That's all I know.
And
So
annoying.
I'm looking forward to learn like
I don't know.
what I'm supposed to know versus what I do know. Is everyone else feeling up to going up and chatting with the
I
folk
suppose
up
it's-
here?
I'll be going upstairs, personally.
Yep.
Yeah. When you get up there, you'll see the tiefling guy and the water Jesse Harvey playing like a version of poker, essentially. D&D would call it
Poker
Dragon
2.
Ante, but we don't need to learn 3 Dragon
Poker
Ante.
2 Electric Boogaloo.
But
I did. You said 3 Dragon Ante. I said Poker 2.
Poker 2. So they're playing 3 Dragon Ante. They're like, "Oi, we'll deal you in. Come here. Come sit down." Yeah, I think this one. And then he'll play, like, he'll be playing a card,
Yeah.
You'll,
Everybody
on the
joins
deck,
if they
you'll
offer.
see it's pretty standard, like, small cargo ship. You didn't notice this before, but back in the, back corner, so there's, the cockpit, I guess, like where the
helm?
dragon, the helm. That's what it's called on boats. I don't know anything about boats. There's like the helm, and then like the fucking steering wheel.
They're doing a steering wheel motion for the audio listeners.
Yeah. There's like this sort of altar, like with a giant like white bowl, a basin that you can sell as like it's just filled with like water and then like a like murky red liquid sitting right there. And he'll are you guys sitting down to play Three Dragon Ante or
Yeah.
Well, if they called us over, then absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Martyr will be like, I'm gonna watch the first couple rounds and keep working on this, but...
Damn, you're quick! You started already! Wow. That's
impressive. You pat your lap, or I sit the fuck down, bitch.
Yep. When you say I'll watch for the first for the first couple rounds, are you just like offers her lap casually?
She'll sit and just keep
When
working
Martyr-
on whatever.
When Martyr sits on Ariadani's lab, the tiefling guy's gonna be like, he's gonna be like, okay, I'll respect that.
He's not a homophobe. Woo!
Yeah, he's like respecting that. You can tell there's a part of him that's like, alright, guess then. Well, we'll see if what's on off limits. We'll see where the line is drawn there.
Elmmibena is
Marie.
gonna
Oh
nudge.
yeah, Marie, there is.
Elmmibena will nudge Martyr's foot and give the the glance, you know.
The glance when the older sibling is.
She almost doesn't even realize what she's doing
The
now.
sibling glance.
Yeah.
Neener.
What? Yes, go for it.
Do we have any idea of how long this journey will be?
We'll go with 2 full days.
Okay. Since we're going to be spending some time together now, what are you guys' names?
Oh, this is Hobby. And he'll introduce Harvey. Harvey's gonna he'll just grunt at you, kind of like, ugh. Well, I guess you can call me Anarchy.
Anarchy.
That's what everybody calls me, so, you know. Your names?
My name's Martyr Goldkettle. It's great to meet you. She'll hold out her little hand.
Martyr, nice.
Her burnt ass motherfucking hand.
He'll shake it. He'll shake it. He grips it a little too tight.
Elmmibena Goldkettle.
Elmmibena, nice.
Ariadani.
Ariadani, beautiful.
Pleasure.
Gukflip intentionally waits to go last and goes,
My name's Fred.
Roll.
It's short for Fredward.
short for Gukfred.
It's okay, you beat him.
I did already?
Yeah, he only had an 8.
Nice.
Wait, he had an 8? What am I rolling for?
I literally,
Short for-
I have called
What am-
Gukflip in
what am I-
front
Well,
of.
you're rolling for deception.
Did you?
I have a -2. That's
Oh
a
my
7.
god, you failed!
And I've called Gukflip in front of it.
Yeah, no,
Have you already?
Yes, I have.
Oh, fuck.
He's gonna go, that's not his real name, and I know that. What was it again? And he looks at you to answer that question.
Gukflip.
Gukflip.
Does he know who I am?
No.
Why would he
Fuck.
care?
Don't say your last name.
Yeah,
Don't say
don't
your
say
last
my
name.
last name.
Gukflip. That is an unfortunate name, my friend, but that's okay.
Maud calls him Gucky.
He hears Ariadani and he's like, that's not good.
No.
He'll be like, Gukflip, I'm dealing you in, right, mate?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You deal you guys in, and, you know, you're just playing cards. And I think that is where we're going to end tonight. And I hope you will join us next time we go into the Maelstrom.
Woo! Excitement! Oh, my mic peaked. Well now, wasn't that something? can't believe I was forced to be civil with Esserini Guard. Poor Martyr shouldn't have wasted that darling charm on such pompous vermin. I'm Ariadani, the Tiefling Ranger, and you should be sure to join us next time as we venture seabound for the true beauty of the Sigri on our journey into the Maelstrom.